What's going on, guys? It's Cimoooooooo, and today I'm going to teach you about summoning in Yu-Gi-Oh! More specifically, we're going to be talking about flip summons and special summons. In the last episode, we covered normal summons, normal sets, and tribute summons, as you can only perform one of those actions once per turn. The cool thing about flip summons and special summons is that you can perform them as many times as you want in a single turn. Let's start with flip summons. To flip summon a monster, simply take a monster you control that was set, or that is in face down defense position, and flip it into face up attack position. You cannot flip summon a monster into face up defense position, and it's also important to note that you cannot normal set a monster and then immediately flip summon that monster in the same turn. Flip summons are important because some monsters have flip effects which activate when they are flipped face up. For example, Man-Eater Bug's effect reads, flip, target one monster on the field, destroy that target. Now let's move on to special summons. Monsters that can be special summoned can be played onto the field without being normal summoned or set. There are two categories of special summons: inherent special summons, a term coined by the community, and special summons via a card effect. Before we dive into these categories, it's important to note that while a normal summon must be performed in face-up attack position, and a normal set is performed in face-down defense position, a monster being special summoned can be played in either face-up attack or defense position, unless the card specifies otherwise. Starting with inherent special summons. A monster that can be inherently special summoned is a monster that can special summon itself to the field either through card text or game mechanics. For example, let's take a look at the card Cyber Dragon. It reads, if your opponent controls a monster and you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. When an effect monster can be special summoned, it will have the criteria written on the card for how to perform the special summon. And in this case, my opponent needs to control a monster, and I must not control any monsters for me to special summon Cyber Dragon. Also, when you see the words from your hand in parentheses, this is typically indicative of an inherent special summon. Other examples of inherent special summons include synchro summons, Xyz summons, and pendulum summons, and we'll be covering each of those more in depth in a later video. Now let's move on to the second category, special summons via a card effect. Monsters can be also special summoned onto the field through the effect of another card. As a quick example, let's take a look at Monster Reborn. It reads, target one monster in either player's graveyard, special summon it. Since the monster is being special summoned by another card's effect, it falls into this category. But monsters can also be special summoned via a card effect even if it's the card's own effect. Now let's take a look at the card Glow Up Bulb. It reads, if this card is in your graveyard, you can send the top card of your deck to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon this card. Now, although I defined an inherent special summon as a monster that can special summon itself to the field either through card text or game mechanics, if the monster is special summoning itself through an activated effect, then the special summon is considered to be a special summon via a card effect. Other examples of monsters being special summoned by a card effect include fusion summons and ritual summons, and we'll be covering each of those more in depth in a later video as well. So remember that flip summons and special summons can be performed as many times as possible in a single turn. When it comes to special summons, just be sure to read the card text to identify how to properly special summon a monster, whether it's an inherent summon or performing a special summon via the effect of another card. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video on summoning in Yu-Gi-Oh! If you did, be sure to hit the like button, be sure to share the video with your friends, and also be sure to subscribe to the channel for more in-depth content on how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Lastly, if you really enjoy my content, I hope you consider backing me on Patreon as well, because just a couple bucks a month that you throw my way tremendously helps me continue to producing great quality content for all of you guys. So thank you all so much for watching the video. See you next time.